Hey guys, it is Wednesday and I am literally shaking as I type this. I just poured my fourth cup of coffee and I don't even think I need it because my adrenaline is completely through the roof right now. Welcome back to the channel. Buckle up because what we just watched today was absolute insanity. And I can't even process it. I really can't, but I have to, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about the wedding that just shattered every single expectation we had. You guys know how I feel about Will Spencer and Electra Forrester. I have been covering their messy, toxic, back and forth relationship for what feels like a lifetime. Honestly, a lifetime. We have watched them tear each other apart. We watched Will completely lose his mind and punch RJ Forrester in the face at the beach house. We watched him accidentally give Eric Forrester a black eye at the bikini bar. We watched Electra walk out on him, throw her necklace at him, and run straight into RJ's arms. It was a disaster. But then, somehow, they found their way back to each other. They actually did it. After all the corporate warfare between Logan and Forrester Creations, after Ridge declared an all-out blood feud against the Spencer family, these two crazy kids decided that love was enough. They planned this lavish, magnificent wedding at the Spencer mansion. And let's be real, we all thought this was going to be the moment of peace. We thought this wedding would force the Forresters and the Spencers to finally put down their weapons and just be a family. So the day arrives, the Spencer mansion looks absolutely breathtaking. I have to give it to the set designers. They really went all out. The flowers, the lighting, the sheer elegance of it all. It was stunning. Bill Spencer was standing there looking so incredibly smug, like he had just won the ultimate prize. Katie Logan was practically glowing with maternal pride, probably just so relieved that Will was finally settling down and moving past his violent outbursts and his drunken spirals. And Will, oh my God, Will, he was standing at the altar looking so handsome and so incredibly hopeful. You could just see the pure love radiating from his face. He looked like a man who had finally defeated all his demons. He was getting the girl. He was marrying Electra. Then the music starts. The bride walks down the aisle. The dress is gorgeous. Everything looks perfect on the surface. But looking back now, there was something off. There was this weird, heavy vibe in the room. I remember thinking to myself, why is she walking so stiffly? Why is she not smiling at him the way Electra usually does, but I just brushed it off? I thought, oh, she's just nervous. It's a soap opera wedding. Everyone is nervous. So they get to the altar. The priest starts doing his thing. He's talking about love and commitment and overcoming obstacles. And Will is just staring at her with these big puppy dog eyes. He is so in love. But the bride, she is just staring back at him with this dead, cold expression. Just dead eyes. Cold. Terrifying. It wasn't the look of a woman about to marry the love of her life. It was the look of a predator. And then the priest asks the big question. He asks for her consent. He asks if she takes Will to be her husband. Silence. Just absolute, deafening silence in the Spencer mansion. Will looks confused. He whispers her name. He's like Electra. And then it happens. The moment that is going to be burned into my brain forever. The bride doesn't say I do. Instead, she reaches her hands up to her face. And I'm sitting on my couch thinking, what is she doing? Is she adjusting her veil? Is she wiping a tear? No, she digs her fingers under her jawline, her literal jawline, and she pulls. You guys, the skin stretches. The face literally peels away. It was a mask. A full-on, high-tech, Mission Impossible-style silicone mask. I was screaming at my screen. I was literally yelling out loud in my living room. Who does that? I know this is a soap opera and we have to suspend our disbelief, but a perfect, hyper-realistic silicone mask of Electra Forrester. Where did she even get that? Did she order it on Amazon? Did she have it custom made in a secret underground villain lair? Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. It was absurd. It was completely ridiculous. But at the same time, it was the most terrifying thing I have ever seen on this show. Because underneath that mask, underneath the fake Electra face, was Luna? Luna Nozawa. Yes, that Luna, the serial killer, the girl who drugged Will, the girl who manipulated everyone, the girl who ended up pregnant with Will's baby, the girl we all watched get hit by a car on that dark, stormy night after she escaped from prison. We all thought she was dead. We literally thought she was dead and gone forever. There were rumors, sure. There were always rumors on the message boards that she faked her death and was secretly having Will's baby somewhere. But to actually see her standing there, at the altar, it was chilling. Luna just stands there, holding the rubber Electra mask in her hand, looking at Will with this twisted, psychotic smirk. And then she speaks. She looks right into Will's terrified, paralyzed eyes and she says, "Did you forget me?" Just, wow, did you forget me? The delivery of that line was incredible. It was so soft, but so incredibly menacing. You could feel the history there, the trauma. Will's entire world just shattered in that exact second. You could physically see the color drain from his face. His heart didn't just break, it was ripped out of his chest and stomped on. He thought he was marrying the woman of his dreams, the woman he fought his entire family for. And instead, he is standing inches away from his worst nightmare, the monster who ruined his life. And then all hell breaks loose. The guests finally process what they are seeing. People start screaming. Katie is shrieking. Wyatt looks like he's about to pass out. The Forrester side of the aisle is in absolute chaos. Ridge is yelling. But Bill Spencer, Dollar Bill, doesn't hesitate. He sees this psycho standing where his future daughter-in-law should be, and he just sees red. Bill charges the stage. He literally leaps into action like a bull. But Luna is prepared. Of course she is. She didn't infiltrate a billionaire's mansion in a silicone mask without a backup plan. Before Bill can even reach the altar, Luna reaches into the folds of that massive wedding dress and pulls out a knife. A huge, terrifying knife. Where was she even keeping that? Honestly, the logistics of this whole scene are wild. But she has the knife, and she grabs Will, she pulls him against her, and presses the blade right against him. The whole room just freezes. Bill stops dead in his tracks. Katie is sobbing, begging her not to hurt him. Luna looks out at the crowd, completely unhinged, and she makes her demand. She threatens to kill Will, to kill everyone in that room, if Will doesn't go with her right now. And Will, poor, broken Will, he just looks at his parents. He looks at Bill and Katie, and he knows what he has to do. He knows that if he fights her, this is going to turn into a bloodbath. Luna has nothing to lose. She is a dead woman walking anyway. So Will just nods. He surrenders. He agrees to go with her. And we just have to watch them back away. We have to watch Will Spencer, in his perfect wedding tuxedo, being led away at knife point by his serial killer ex-girlfriend, who is wearing his current girlfriend's wedding dress. It was a visual masterpiece of absolute trauma. So now what? I have so many questions. My brain is spinning in a million different directions. First of all, where is the real Electra? If Luna was wearing a mask of Electra's face and wearing Electra's wedding dress, that means she had to have intercepted Electra before the ceremony. Did she attack her in the bridal suite? Did she drug her? Is Electra tied up in a closet somewhere in the Spencer mansion? Or did Luna take her somewhere else? God, maybe I'm being too harsh, but what if Electra is dead? No, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't kill off Electra like that. RJ would literally lose his mind. Ridge would burn Los Angeles to the ground, but she has to be a hostage somewhere. And what about the baby? Luna was pregnant when she supposedly died. Did she have the baby? Is there a little Will Spencer Jr. sitting in a motel room somewhere while his psychotic mother crashes a wedding? If she had the baby, that changes everything. Will is going to be tied to this woman for the rest of his life. And how did nobody notice? How did Katie or Donna or Brooke not notice that the bride was acting completely different? I know silicone masks are supposed to be realistic, but come on, the voice, the mannerisms. Did Luna just not speak all morning? I guess brides are allowed to be quiet and nervous, but someone should have caught this. I also have to wonder if someone helped her. Luna has been off the grid for months. You don't just survive a car crash, give birth in secret, source a Hollywood-grade silicone mask, and infiltrate a billionaire's heavily guarded compound all by yourself. She had to have an accomplice. Could it be Melissa Dillon? I know that sounds crazy, but think about it. Dillon has been obsessed with Will. She wanted Electra out of the picture. Dillon is sneaky. She's a gold digger, and she has a dark past. What if Dillon found out Luna was alive and helped her get into the mansion just to stop the wedding? Maybe Dillon thought Luna would just ruin the ceremony and get arrested, leaving Will available. But now it's escalated into a hostage situation. If Dillon is involved, Katie is going to literally destroy her. And what does this mean for the Spencer and Forrester feud? Ridge is going to blame the Spencers for this. He's going to say that Will's toxic past brought a serial killer into their lives and put Electra in danger. Bill is going to be on a warpath to save his son. This isn't just about fashion lines and stolen designers anymore. This is a literal life or death hostage crisis. My heart just aches for Will. He has been through so much. He was finally trying to be a better man. He was finally trying to put the violence behind him. He fought so hard to get Electra to forgive him for the bar brawl and for lying about the Logan secrets. And in the exact moment he thought he had one, his entire life was ripped away. The psychological damage this is going to cause him is unimaginable. Even if they rescue him tomorrow, how does he ever recover from looking into his bride's eyes and seeing a monster? I am exhausted. I am emotionally drained. The writers really pulled out all the stops for this one. I have complained a lot lately about the show being repetitive, about the endless boardroom arguments and the same old recycled love triangles. But this was peak soap opera insanity. This is the kind of crazy, unhinged drama that made us all fall in love with the genre in the first place. I don't know how I'm going to wait until tomorrow's episode. We need to find out where Electra is. We need to see Bill Spencer unleash hell to get his son back. And we need to know what Luna's endgame is. Does she want Will to run away with her and play happy family? Does she want revenge? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who do you think helped Luna? Where do you think the real Electra is? And do you think Will is going to make it out of this without completely losing his mind? I'm going to go try to calm down, maybe drink some water instead of coffee. I will see you guys back here tomorrow for the next recap. Hang in there, because this ride is just getting started.